Hey guys, happy Thursday. It is Angela with Word and Home. Come on in. Let's do some Christmas and July crafting. It is hot outside, so perfect weather to do that. When you hop on, just make sure that you say hello. Tell me where you're watching from. If you don't see the red live button right here, then you're catching me on replay. So just make sure you put hashtag replay in the comments. And any questions that you might have, just drop them there. And we will answer those questions just as quickly as we can. And if you're new, make sure you tell us that too, because we like to welcome you. Okay, and I'm hoping that I can see comments today. I know there's been a lot of some other creator friends that were live today, and they were having problems seeing comments, so I hope that's not the case with us. So just say hello when you hop on. There's Rhea. Hi, friend. Okay, so hopefully it looks like I'm going to be able to see comments. We're going to hope that stays true. We are crafting with a snowman print today, and so I've attached a link. Thank you, Rhea, for sprinkling. I've attached a link to that free printable in the description of this video, so you can just click on that. You can take a picture of that, save it to your phone, and then you can just print that later for your own use. So how's everybody doing? It's Thursday. We are one day closer to the weekend. Hi, Cindy. So let me show you what we're doing today. We're kind of going back to basics. I did a little video yesterday. I said it was back to basics, just about how I started loving to work with snowmen. Well, today we are using that printable, like I told you, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And then I'm just using a section it's a 2x4 is all it is. I just had Mr. Word and Home cut this section for me, and we're going to use this. And I like to work with these because they are thick enough that you can just set them on a shelf. You don't have to worry about them falling over. And so these are perfect for printables. I went ahead and I did paint a layer of white paint on here so that we can Mod Podge our printable right on top of it. So it's going to be super simple. And the thing about printables is anybody can use them. You're not having to paint anything. I know some people are like, I'm not crafty. I can't paint well. Well, you don't have to with a printable. So that's what we're going to do today. So you're going to need a block of wood. Now, you don't have to use this, or you could get a block of wood from Dollar Tree if you don't have wood readily available like I do. Hi, Dawn. Thanks for hopping on. You could use, I wish I had one available. I can't get to it. But you can use the little boards from Dollar Tree. Let me see if I can grab this one and just show you guys, maybe. Any kind of surface, any kind of surface that you have, you can Mod Podge onto. Let me see, I don't even know what this one is. I just saw it in my Christmas stash over here. This is a Christmas piece from last year, and I did the little Walmart ornament on it. But this started out as just one of those Dollar Tree bamboo cutting boards. And so that's what I used for this. You could use the same thing to Mod Podge a printable on. These work great. And when you can find these, pick these up. They're very inexpensive. Okay, so any kind of surface. Today, we're just going to use a big chunk of wood. And then we've got this little printable. And I'm going to show you kind of how I did it. It's kind of hard to see right here, but once we get it onto our block of wood, you're going to see it even better. Okay, he's really pretty. He's kind of a neutral, but I like him. So here's what I did. I printed him on a piece of paper, just a piece of regular print paper out of my copier. And then I got that out, and I took a piece of tissue paper, just regular old tissue paper like this, okay, that you use in your birthday and Christmas sacks. And I just cut a section of that, and I taped it, and I cut it a little bit bigger, and then I just taped it over here on the sides, okay. Ran it back to the printer, got a little bit of black on the top, but it's not bad. And then what I do is I always leave a little bit of space. And then I just take my scissors and I would cut around it and not leave, you know, not leave any white. But for time's sake, I'm kind of, and when I cut around this, I cut the tape off too. And so, gosh, I can't get him off here. He's really, and then I just peel it off like that, okay? So that was the paper underneath. And then we'll just discard all of this. And I just wanted to go through this because, oh, thanks, Rhea. I think so too. I wanted to go through this because I still get a lot of questions from people saying, how do you print on tissue paper? It's super duper easy. And if you haven't tried it, I would really encourage you to. So with him, I wanted him to have some texture. So I'm just going to gently kind of crinkle this up. Okay. Now, if you don't want him to have texture, you wouldn't do this. But I gently crinkle it. Okay. And then I'm going to gently pull it back apart. Okay, so this will give us some obviously natural wrinkles and crinkles in here, okay? And then we're just going to put him down onto our surface. Oh, goodness, 93 degrees. Mine says, I think we're closer to 100. It's just been crazy hot, but yes. Perfect time to stay inside and craft, Rhea. Okay, so this one that I have is a little bit bigger, okay? So, like I said, I've already prepped my surface by just painting some white on the front of it. Otherwise, because he is so light, you're not going to be able to see him well, okay? So, you want a white background. So, we're just going to put our Mod Podge on here. And let me know if you guys are enjoying the printables. I love to create printables, and actually I don't talk about my subscription group very much. I don't. But I do have a subscription group, and it's all about printables. And I try to add printables. I'm trying to be better and just add printables in there every day. And I'm going to be putting more Christmas printables in there. So just FYI, this guy will be in there too, but also in there is I have things that I don't share on the regular page because it's a subscription group, and people, it's like $4.99 a month, but people pay a little bit to be in there. So I'm trying to share, just share some more things that you don't see out here on the regular page. So just FYI, that is available if you are interested. Okay, so we're going to put our Mod Podge on here. Now, sometimes I will let that Mod Podge, hi Kathy, hi Nancy, thank you guys for hopping on. Sometimes I'll let this dry and we'll use the iron and we iron it out to get a smooth surface. But today we don't want that, right? Because I crinkled him. I think I'm going to do him again. I crinkled him up and then gently uncrinkle, okay? And then we're just going to kind of lay him on here. Okay, I'm going to put a finger right in the center and kind of rub that out. And then I'm just going to take my little pouncer and I'm just going to pounce this down on, and I've got my Mod Podge on here. And if there's spots that don't go down great, you can go back and put your Mod Podge, okay? But I think he's going to have a really cool look, you guys. I'm excited. He almost looks wrinkled. And I love that. I mean, he's going to look wrinkled because I crinkled the paper a bit. Oh, I love it. So it almost looks like crackle on there, okay? So I didn't quite get it. There's some spots that I missed, but I'm just really going to work on getting the center down, and then we're going to go back and we're going to get those outside edges. I want to show you. So once I get them on here, you can see, yes, Rhea, I saw those from the clothespins. They were so cute. I really liked your little any kind of snowman. I just love it. But that you did a good job, and they're very creative to to use the large, the clothespins. So I have some areas here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take open our Mod Podge back up, and the areas that I missed and I didn't get very heavy, we're just going to go back through here, and we're going to get those. Okay. Okay. So I got the top. Now, I'm probably not going to add Mod Podge on top of this because I have something else in mind. So I want to get this, down really well. Okay, we're going to get those edges, because there's a few edges here and there where somehow I didn't quite get my Mod Podge all the way over, but it's an easy fix. Okay. And these little pouncers are just perfect for this. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of run this brush back up underneath here. Okay. Let's see. I think I have okay. Okay, I think I got them down. Okay, see if it can hold. Can you see? They look like cracks, okay? So I'm thinking they look like, and I think I may have to put like a light coat of Mod Podge on some of these areas, just because. But these look like cracks, and because they look like cracks, they look old. You know how like pictures and things, they get old and they have those natural cracks, or just pieces in general. That's what I'm going for. And then we're going to darken these up. So there's a few spots that are popping up, and I'm just brushing the Mod Podge that was left on my brush over the top of those, and then I'm just, you know, pressing it out. You may need to wash, if you use one of these, you may need to wash it after. Okay, but it's working really well. Okay. Okay, I just want everything down. Okay, you don't want to leave any air bubbles or anything like that in there. And gosh, I love the way he looks. There's like a spot right here. Let's get that down. Okay. See him? See all the little... And if you don't like... hi, Patricia. Thanks for hopping on, friend. If you don't like the crackle or the cracked look, then just don't... You don't have to do this part. You could... oh, you're welcome, Rhea. Okay, who said? Sandra said, I'm new here. Welcome, Sandra. I'm sorry I missed your initial comment. We have a great group of friends here. I think you're going to love everybody. If you don't like that crackle look, then what you can do, but I think this is going to give him a lot of character, especially when we kind of darken him up a little bit. But if you don't like that, just dry your Mod Podge first, and then use your, dry your Mod Podge with heat, and then just use a piece of parchment paper. You can use these little squares from Dollar Tree, or you can use the big sheets that you tear off. Lay that on top, put your tissue paper or your whatever down, and then iron it. Hey, Amanda. Hey, friend. Thanks for hopping on. And then just iron it, and then your snowman will be smooth. You won't have these crinkles. But my thought was, and I have glitter on here. I get glitter on everything. My thought was, now that we have him on here like this, we could use some of our wax, okay? And we could lightly brush it That's the trick is I don't want to go too dark. Okay. I don't want to go too dark, but I also need to have enough. I'm going to kind of go around the edges first. I don't think there's much wax on here. And you may want to, if you're doing this, if you do this at home, do the Mod Podge, set it aside and let it dry. Okay, I'm gonna try to be very careful and not tear him today because he's still wet. But I don't, you know, we're on live, so I want to do it. Okay, so I think I knocked most of that off. But let's just go around the edges first. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of hit the top of this with this. And if you're not sure and you're about, you know, how much, like just go around the edge of it first with your brush. And then, you know, you'll know really quickly if you have too much on there before you do it on, you know, in the center. I think I have just the right amount because it's picking this up nicely. All of these little wrinkles. And it looks like I've done the crackle effect almost on him. It looks really cool. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. What do you think? Can you see that? Can you see how the wax is kind of settling in on those little crinkles and looks pretty cool? Thank you, Patricia. Me too, Kathy. I do too. I love the way it looks. And this isn't too dark. We might need just a little bit in a couple more places. I don't want him, you know, I don't want to make him too dark and for it to be overwhelming. But you got to have wax settle in into those. Oh, I'm excited. He looks really good. Okay. What do y'all think? I want you to be able to see in that picture. I think you can. Hi, Marianne. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Dawn. So now I'm going to go around the edge and I'm going to kind of hit it darker. Now, you don't have to, again, if you're like, if you don't want that, you don't have to do that part. You don't have to darken it on the edges. But I think that just is going to give us a little more, I don't know. It's going to make him pop more, I think. I'm just going around the edges. And I did take my board out. I took my board out to the shop out there, and I just kind of rent a heavy sander on the corners, like really heavy. So just kind of knocked those off a little bit. Okay. And this is something that you can do fast, right? I mean, it's been like less than 20 minutes. And you can do, with printables, they allow you to do that. Just, you don't have to spend a lot of time. If you don't have a lot of time on your crafting. Okay. Here's how he's looking. I think we'll add just a little bit more. Be cute. Thank you, Nancy. Somebody said, let's see. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I do too. I do too. Oh, thank you, Kathy. You guys, I'm using Bear Wax Dark Antique, and I don't know if you can still buy this. People have said that they've stopped making it. I'm sure that you could find something comparable the next time I go. I think I bought this at Lowe's, but the next time I go into Home Depot and Lowe's, I'll check, and I just want to see what they have available for people because I get a lot of questions about this. Now, obviously, I mean, I haven't used that much. A can of this will last you forever, but I'm not sure. Somebody said they weren't making it anymore. Hi, Angie. But I will see if I can find something that's comparable because I bet you could find something. I love it. It just, I use it pretty often. Okay, I'm just kind of hitting these edges. And sometimes, let's be honest, if you've done the crackle, sometimes the crackle, when I talk about crackle, I'm talking about the way we crackle. The way I like to crackle is just using good old white Elmer's glue and paint. But sometimes you don't get the effect you want. Unfortunately, it's not always a perfect science. But I like this tissue paper because, you know, you're going to get it. It looks like a crackle. And all it is just that tissue paper. So I think this might be a little easier process. Okay. And you could add as much or as little as you want. I really like him. Like how he turned out. Now, once you get everything on here, you could seal it. You could do a spray sealant on here. Hey Angie, it is printed. It's a Snowman printable, and I just printed it on tissue paper, and then I crinkled the tissue paper up, and then I kind of gently pulled it apart to make it, you know, to give it that crinkly effect. And then when we Mod Podged it, or I tapped it down on here on the Mod Podge, it gives us that nice crackle effect. Oh, Kathy says, I use Chalk Teak Dark Paste Wax. She gets it on Amazon. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Chalk Teak Dark Paste Wax on Amazon. Perfect. And I bet it works just as well as the Bear Wax. I guarantee. Oh, Dawn, you can't find it anywhere in Illinois. Okay, well, that's good because Kathy just told us you can get something similar on Amazon. So that's perfect. Perfect. Oh, thank you, Angie. I liked the green. And you guys know thank you, Rhonda. I tend to go for more neutral colors. Not always. I mean, I like red, and I like pink. I wear a lot of it. But for decor like this, sometimes I like more subtle stuff. So I really liked the green. And green's one of my favorite colors too. Yes, Angie, it's my printable, but I put a link to it in the description of this video. So you can just click on that link, save it to your phone, and then print it directly from there. It's $29, but yep. And you know, if I know something's going to last me for that long, I don't mind paying a little more for it. And you're right, and that stuff lasts forever. You're right. So he turned out, his wrinkles and his crinkles they turned out even better than I thought they would. So you can I'm just gonna leave him plain. You could paint the outside edges if you wanted to. I'm just leaving them like they are. And in this winter and Christmas, I'm just gonna set them on a shelf. Now I might like combine him with another little grouping, you know, like a Christmas or a winter grouping. But he's subtle enough. I think you can leave him out all winter. So you could use him Christmas and winter. Thank you, Rhea. So I love it. I love the way he turned out. Super cute little snowman. You could put greenery on top. There's tons of stuff you could do. And I usually add a bow, but I think that he just is cute enough to stand by himself. And I don't want to add anything because I don't want to take away from all the, all those little they look like cracks, all those little details. Thank you guys for the hearts. Yeah, Kathy, it does. It barely takes. You don't have to use very much at all on your brush for this. Yes, Angie, you could use them out for Valentine's Day too. Yeah, you can leave them out all the way until spring. Super cute and easy peasy. And like I said, if you don't have wood, think outside the box. You know, think of some. You know, there's some different things that you could use as a surface for him. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I do too. I do too. I'll try to group him. I gotta go dig some more of my Christmas stuff. I'll show you guys if I can. Let me see if I can flip the camera. Okay, let me flip the camera. Let me show you back here. Oh, sorry, my room is a crazy mess. So I've got some of my Christmas stuff back here. You can't see a lot of it because, you know, the way my camera angle is. But we made this last week. So if you didn't catch the live last week, you got to go back and check out our snowman pail. He was really super cute. I made this little guy on a video yesterday. And then the rest is just kind of some of our kits from our store that I have out. I dug out some of my Christmas trees from the closet upstairs, and I pulled some of those down so that I would have that stuff. Have that stuff just for Christmas in July. So, but then it all has to come back down. It all has to come back down after July is over, so. Okay. He would, Nancy. Hey, Chris, no worries. Make sure you go back and we made this little guy today. And he's just a printable, printed on tissue paper, but we did something really cool with him to give him that crinkle effect. So make sure you go back and watch the first of the video too. Let me see if I missed any more comments while I had you guys turn around. Oh, your Connecticut winters are long, Angie. I bet they are. Okay. That's one thing I'm thankful about Oklahoma is we don't, sometimes we don't have enough winter, but we don't have, you know, super long, drawn out winters. Thank you, Chris. So he was so easy, you guys. So make sure that you go back. If you hopped on late, make sure you go back and watch the rest of the video. Yeah, watch the beginning. Click on the printable link that's in the description of this video and save that so that you can print that for yourself and you can make him, make one of these guys for yourselves. And grab some tissue paper. You probably have some of this tissue paper in your gift wrap stash. I always keep this on hand. And I also thought they make some brown paper. It's kind of brown, but you know, they use it for packing sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? The thin sheets of paper. I think if you had some of that, you could print on that and you could crinkle it. And I think you could do the same thing. But the tissue paper works really well. Works great. Okay, guys, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Thank you for hopping on with me. I always love spending time with you. And I love trying to just inspire you with new ideas. And this little guy, this little crinkle effect really worked out better than I had even hoped. So, oh, thank you, Nancy. And easy. Yes, I always try to do easy because, I mean, not always. You know, some stuff takes more time. I like to paint, but I know not everybody does. So that's, you know, why printables are perfect for people that are in a hurry or they just don't enjoy painting. So, okay, guys, thanks for hopping on and thanks for joining me. And I will see you again next time. Bye, guys.